See what the midpoint will be. Kind of open for AA network, and we will get dugout. So this is gonna heavily favor RZN here, because dugout is probably their most favored point in the game, or on this map I should say, not in the game. DBD is gonna have a little bit tougher time trying to find who I need to join. Like, I could actually be building nodes, I'm not 100% sure. Here, so yeah, dugout, they have a little bit easier time getting into dugout and just have a little bit more to work with. One thing that the allies do have will be this little, you know, L-shaped, I guess, thing right here. They can basically go up to this, but it's going to be, you know, kind of hard to move past from there. They'll get good crossfire, they just really can't run around where they're going to shoot crossfire from. They have a lot of, like, they have these buildings also to work with as well. Obviously they're probably going to build a Gary somewhere over here, Gary in this corner, somewhere over here maybe. Yeah, then obviously for the DBD side, probably Gary up here, Gary in the gardens. Gardens is going to be very key for DBD to hold and maintain. Probably the biggest power point on this entire map, in my personal opinion. Oh my god, these planes are very, very annoying. Never understand that. These planes are very, very loud all the time. Very, very loud planes. Yeah, they're probably gonna get a Gary like somewhere over here in the corner. Maybe can squeeze one up here, depending on where they put this one over here, which I assume would be somewhere in the gardens area. And then obviously after dugout's captured, you're gonna want to control a network area, control a hockey stick, and then push towards cattle, or, you know, maintain control of Hugo's, like, the area between Hugo's farm and A network. Those are kind of like the big power positions to have. But oh man, I think my stream has started and I accidentally played it. Go on the stream portion of the everything. And we are going get going. So that's a lot of people stacked up on the main road right there for RZN. I can't wait for these planes to go away. Meanwhile, on this side, they're going on the main road as well. I think they just have the Stuart tank going on the border, which I kind of don't agree with. Obviously, we will find out and see. But both teams going to collide a dugout in just under a minute here. Cannot wait for these planes to go away, because it is very, very annoying. I think DBD's actually going to get to the hard cap for RZN. I think they had some trouble with the trucks. I think they actually kind of collided with each other, made the red zone sign a little bit delayed, but the arty snipe kills everybody in that first truck except for the two guys in the seats, and he gets the other truck too. Oh my gosh, massive kills for the arty player, who is Arcanjo, I think is how you pronounce his name. But just 2 SLs for RZN, or for DBD. It's gonna set them back quite a bit. I'm not sure how many other SLs were in both of these other trucks, but huge, huge, huge kills for them. Looks like Crafty and Davies OPs, but then a grenade takes them both out right away. Hopefully the DBD side, for their sake, has built a garrison, but I I really don't see anybody else spawning in. It's just this OP spawn. Crafty does go down. Yeah, whole team spawns on, I think, their only garrison that they've built so far. So a very, very good start for the RZN guys, and probably the worst start that you can ask for if you are DBD. I think the most important thing for DBD, what they can do is save their medium tank and use that for like a recap, because now like the horde is going to be coming. Davies OP just, you know, kind of halting any sort of push that they have going towards gardens, but no, it's going to be all RZN for this cap. They should flip it, but you know, we've seen crazier things happen in Hella Loose. I see the horde is now here. Two for our red zone. They already have immediate pressure on the cattle with some recon and recon tank. A recon tank, I should say. The DBD commander at the top of your screen is building a Gary in this corner, but obviously DBD is going to have to you know, dedicate at least a few guys on defense, especially take out this recon tank. Lucas is gonna shoot the just misses that Stewart. Curious of where the medium tank is playing. Oh, he's playing actually up here. Really good spot for the RZN medium. Addison and the Stewart holding off this western flank. Does go down though. Bucks, I think it's shot from the medium tank. Maybe it was the Stewart. I think it might have been the Stewart. Might have just tracked them. One shot does go into the Axis medium tank. Ricochets or shatters back at the allied medium. He is going to slightly get into safety. Okay, we'll start repping. I think the Lux is just going to shoot a hedgehog, but look behind. A Puma is going to go behind. I don't think he knows. I think he does. It's got to be called out in the command chat. Puma behind this medium. Gets one in its back. Gets two. I think he tracked them right there, but this Puma is going to be pretty much dead. But the rocket from Trig, the teamwork, taking out the allied Sherman. Well played from that team. Well played from RZN there. I think that was him, or maybe that was somebody else. Johnny Boy does actually get it down. I think I should call it the wrong player there. But well played. I can't talk. So, majority of the tanks down for DBD. I assume they're probably gonna have a heavy coming up. I don't know what just died from behind. I think it might have been a Greyhound. It was a Greyhound. Quick to react for that P4. Down goes the Axis recon tank. It's Take a little bit of look at cattle. Just pretty much recon. Ours, yeah, not really building any other garrisons. No. I will say this about a smaller format. It is harder to get garrisons back up in a smaller format, just because you have less people to go around the map and build garrisons. So H squad probably should go over to this far area by A network and build a garrison back up if I was them. Obviously, they're going to probably want to build one back over here. Probably are trying to establish one at the border somewhere, but obviously they have a little small force that they have to deal with. Jelly monster. And we have the age-old battle between the Lux and the Stewart, where no one can really kill each other. Hopefully Fran can maybe assist on taking out the Stewart. And someone died to a mine. Bruno leading charge into Gardens. I think he's one of the first players for the RZN boys to approach Gardens. Will unfortunately died to Prudy's shotgun. But he could get refragged by any of these three gentlemen on your screen. Looks like we have a bomber run coming down. It looks to be a DBD bomber run, I assume, over this midcap. He is going over the midcap. Does take out the on-point Gary. Checkmate, unfortunately. The SL does die on the point, but I think Bruno and Los Bredos probably rebuild it. I think we're gonna rebuild it on point. What is going on right here? This is an average hello loose fight right here. Surprised there's no ATs engaging this Stewart, but he is going to try to get behind him and will kill him from the side. Well played by Butter and his crew, keeping his Stewie alive. Gotta have a heavy tank any second, I assume. I think that was actually the first tank other than the recon tank that died for RZN. And he quickly goes down to the P4. Finally comes back and assists. DBD now basically full control of I don't know what to really call this. Basically they have full control of the H5 sector, or the C5 sector, my mistake, but it's very, very hard ground to cross. It's basically 50 to 100 meters of all open ground, essentially. They are seemingly putting down smoke already, but just kind of micro engagements, and this is kind of what 35's is a lot of micro engagements between, like, I would say groups of at the most 7 people. Right now we basically have like a 4v5, 5v5 going on over gardens. And you're going to see that a lot in a lot of these games, and crafting Scotty and really just gunning everybody down. Just not moving up and, you know, taking ground that they kill for. A little bit concerning on their end, in my personal opinion. Just blew up over here. Rep station. Looks like a truck. Looks like we do have a Tiger tank coming up for the RZN side. I'm not sure where the 76 is. It is on your screen right there. Are starting to bring that up, and we might see a heavy engagement here shortly. I think Blanco's actually shooting it with a rocket. He does get 2 into it. Tom C probably asking for his boys to help him out, because now this the 76 is in deep trouble with a with basically a Panther, or not a Panther, a Tiger one-shot. This is going to be interesting. I think he might see him a little bit, and maybe not. Do have the quote-unquote wall hacks. Lots of boys res in that tank. I think he is marked. I just don't think he can shoot him through this this hedge. He actually might be able to see his turret. I think he might see his butt end. Just really can't quite shoot through that through his own hedge. Might be able to see him here. Oh, just can't get the quite the right angle. The issue with this Tiger now is he really can't get through these tank traps. This P4 can see him perfectly fine just shooting the turret. Very interested to see this tank fight go on. I think he might be able to see him right here. 76 is fully healed though. So the advantage that this Tiger did have is now gone as far as health-wise for this fight. Oh no. What is going on? What the fuck is going on, dude? What is this? I don't think he's going to be able to get out of this situation. Oh man, this is tough to see. Does get hit in the tracks by Johnny Boy, but he just might be a defensive tank the rest of the game. Driver unfortunately drove him into a very unfortunate situation. I am not quite sure how they will get out of this. If there's a will, there is a way. But just how the tank traps are set up, I don't think they can get out of that. I guess we'll come back to him and hopefully he gets out of his situation. He actually might flip. I am very curious of how they're going to get out of this. They're trying. They are getting out of it. Oh, they do it. And they're about to run over his own boy. Like we do have another tank over in the another 76 is coming up into the to the fray. Looks like we're gonna have a heavy fight finally on our hands. I'm pretty sure they both know each other's presence. Looks like the P4 does take the first shot, but I do assume he will go down. If this... Yep, there goes one shot into the Tiger tank. P4 is now destroyed. Oh my gosh, this tank has been through a lot on these hedgehogs. Like this heavy tank is known to both the enemy 76s. I think that's a 76 over here. Let me just double check. Yeah, it is a 76. Well, this tank's in a very unfortunate situation. Just honestly got delayed by putting himself in a bad situation with the hedgehogs. Good news is there's probably another Tiger tank on its way, but you know, if one of these tanks does push, it looks like they have an AT gun now there too. Infantry does die around the tank. I'm not sure. Yeah, one of the tank crewmen does also go down. Already is being splashed on this tank, so not a lot of reses will be happening. Looks like this one other 76 is starting to dial in as well. Looks like the Redzone boys are starting to push into gardens and start to contest it a lot more. One shell does go into the Tiger tank from the 76 by gardens. AT gun. Oh, this AT gun could have a shot. They do get a shot into him. 76 also has a shot too. And he does go down. The big win for the DBD boys. Some gardens action going. There is another Tiger is coming into the fight now. Now the big thing for this Tiger is they are gonna have to wait for another heavy to spawn in, or they are gonna have to play pretty passively. They obviously know where one of these 76s will be playing on the western side of Dugout Barn. I think this is the Dugout. There's so many Dugout names. Might not exactly know where the other 76 is. A little bit more hidden. Not many eyes are on it. They roughly know the direction just because that's where they got shot from first. Mr. Kent just redeploys or had a heart attack on the field. Or maybe he bled out. That's always a possibility too. I think he just redeployed, but... There is 100 supplies for RZN to use. Garys have been a little bit of a problem for RZN to get up. Kind of just been banking off of the 2 Gary spawns. They might have, you know, messed up a little bit with this garrison right here because they can't put one on this by the border. A little bit of a misplay. Looks like Cap is starting to flip a little bit. No garrison is at Dugout, and there is a garrison gone here. I think Lepta actually did snipe it with a rocket. And DBD is actually going to be ready for a cap if they do take this point. Only other garrison is on Hugo, so they're gonna have to get something up. DBD is actually starting to put on, you know, quite a bit of pressure. They do have AA network control, and they basically do have control of the red-blue line. Looks like they are going to start driving the 76. I'm not sure if that's the play or not, because I think this Tiger will see him cross the field. He does get one shot into him. A little bit of a misplay here from DBD. I think he might have shot in turret, or maybe he shot tracks on the first shot. This should be a dead 76 right here. It is a dead 76. So it's going to relieve some pressure from their side of things. Garrison is back up on dugout, but the pressure is still on from the DBD side. They are taking this sector over here by A network. My question is, are they going to, you know, get something going at cattle sheds? Because now bombing run's going to come in. It's probably going to take out the supply truck and the garrison on point. No. Yep, so the garrison, I assume, will go down. Yes, it will. As long as that spawn wave and some supplies, so they have nothing again on midcap. They do have a garrison now in the far west, so obviously they can still work within their own sector off of Gary spawns. Not sure if there's an airhead coming down. Lots of smoke already, though. Blind with a blinded mango is just using shotguns. Or monos. I don't know why I said mangoes. Look at the defense real quick at cattle sheds. Yeah, there's nothing here. If, you know, RZN can get an OP inside of the hard cap of cattle, they could really actually start flipping it in their favor and making, you know, DBD reset a little bit, because they're gonna eventually probably need a reset, because DBD's been really putting on the pressure for them. Now DBD's actually starting to get into the hard cap with Prudy and Trig and leading the charge. I got this tank back in this area. I just love how this these tank traps they're just getting over it, but it looks like Kirk is behind them. Probably gonna call out the garrison. He is gonna mark it. Kirk actually gave me some very valuable intel of where the garrisons are at, maybe where the tank is at. So, actually gonna get flared, I assume, on this flare. Does not get flared. Kirk playing this very, very passively. I think he might be waiting for maybe an arty shell to come down, or maybe for like a 76 to shoot something. Go back to Kirk in a little bit if he's still alive. Ooh, it looks like a tiger now in the far, far east. Relieving some pressure. Yeah, Stewie's actually behind too now, so this could get interesting. Maybe the Stewie will take out a tiger. Always some fun shenanigans with the Stewie. And other recon tanks. I think it is called out, and this tiger is turning around to engage him. Eric does eventually go down, but did take out the Gary before he did die, so... Rip station's now down for this tiger. Like it's just an AT gun that DVD is smartly placed inside of a bush. It's a very, very smart play by Johnny Boy and probably Drunk Master. Can't quite see the AT gun, but know where the shells are coming from. Like the 76 does have intel of where this tiger is again. Basically the same spot as last time. He is gonna get hit. Gonna try to get out the way. Got hit in the turret, so that's gonna save him a little bit. Not sure, he does not have line of sight on him. Guys, we'll hop out and start to rep him. Scarlet on his own AT gun. Making him think a little bit more. P-Strike is also coming in, but this might miss him. It does miss him. DVD strike. P-Strike does not end up in a kill. Like LP behind the point. Playing very, very smart. Wondering how an AT player got back there. So LP wrapping all the way around the map. Because RZN, they have no garrisons at Hugo, so if they lose dugout, you know, they're not, you know, set up for some defense. It could get hairy for them. Tiger tank all alone, nasty. I think he might have a satchel class. These rockets. I think we do have a tank fight over here. 76 entire trade, but I think 76 has the first shot. That will be a dead tiger. Ritus does shoot a rocket, but does not end up killing. Does not end up penning the tank. But he does get shot from the AT gun of Scarlet. Scarlet with the tight angle could get another round. Did not have a loader. Actually kills a dead body or somebody. I'm not exactly sure. He's trying to splash with the AT gun. Looks like the front door Gary is finally destroyed for RZN. Gives DVD a little bit more breathing room. Oh, Blanco gets taken down. Trying to get a satchel. Friggin' Scotty. That they have two 76s now working together, and they double tap the Tiger. Oh, highly unfortunate. Now looks like they just have one Tiger coming out of the HQ. It's going to be a few minutes before he gets into the action, but DBD now starting to build that fuel economy battle. AT gun from Scarlet just still keeping these tanks on their toes over here. I feel like the infantry support for DBD is not there yet. Obviously, they just got a garrison spawn or an OP spawn for them. But I feel like they just need a little bit more infantry presence right around the gardens area to push down south. Just to give their tanks a little bit more breathing room to push, because infantry can take out tanks very quickly. They honestly, in my opinion, they do need to make a play right here because they do have the fuel economy in their favor. There's no heavy tanks within, you know, 600 meters of the strong point, so really monsters just crossing the field uncontested. But they are starting to come from behind, so they are starting to strangle RZN a little bit. RZN just playing a little bit too much into the red zone up here. They should honestly be in the cattle sheds area, because they might start losing this in like the next few minutes. Now the benefit for them is that, like, the tanks are starting to play a little bit more passive, but they are actually starting to move up a little bit. And it is going to start getting contested. RCN not prioritizing their backlines. Building some barbed wire. Yeah, I think they probably got a garrison from behind. I think it might have actually just went down. This Tiger tank, I'm not exactly sure. Oh, LP just died. I think actually just killed some mines too with that Artie. But RZN getting very pressured now. They have nothing but OPs. They did build a garrison in the corner, so they could obviously get a reset. Bomb and run is going to go down for them. They have nothing on the front door. Lifta is going to come with some AT to help support this capture, but it does look like it's going to be in a favor of DBD. I assume there's going to be a massive Gary spawn on top of this. Actually, 2 SLs do spawn at Hugo's. That's really smart from them. Farm run is going to come down. Just take out one player. Tiger tank might see the 76. Lift on Manos. Yeah, massive spawn wave in the north. Does take one rocket. He is going to be called out. 76s are turning their turrets. Is going to be a cap for the DBD side. Another rocket goes in. Now this Tiger's in a very bad situation. Manos is probably going to come with rockets of his own. He misses the first shot. I think Manos has a satchel. Maybe he just has mines. Non-pens that 76. Gets out. Is he gonna... Satchels him, I think, on top, but it does not matter. He does die to one of the 76s. A massive spawn wave on Hugo's defense. Delta Squad, the only one to reset his OP in the red zone. I think Penguin is going to do the same. Just trying to get into a little bit better of a position. Looks like RZN starting to get back into the fight a little bit. Obviously, DBD did not capture the, or did not clear out the sector yet, especially behind them. Are gonna start moving their heavy tanks a little bit more towards the red-blue line. I'm not sure. I don't really agree with that garrison by in the red zone. Should be a little bit more north, but you know, could work out in their favor if it goes green. Question is, will it go green? The map real quick. It does go green, and a bunch of people do spawn on it. One MG player somehow not dead. I have no idea how he's not dead. Ah, goes down. But RZN does have the red zone that, or the red zone Gary that is green, so now this could get actually very interesting for DBD defense because they still haven't cleared out the sector. It's very, I would say it's not very easy for them to recap. It's a lot more doable. Just because they do have these buildings that the sniper of Nod is in right now. That set of buildings is very key for both teams to hold, especially when Axis does not have this point. Looks like DBD is starting to recognize that something's fishy is going on in their back lines a little bit. I mean, sending some guys to investigate, but that is going to open up this front door a little bit. Honestly, no frontal OPs from DP or from RZN, which is very, very interesting. Are making some sort of progress. Looks like they're having a flanking tank. Let's go. Oh, it's a rep station that they blew up. I was about to say, like, what just blew up? Oh, we're gonna have like a knife kill right here. Battle of the bushes. Looks like DBD finally cleared out their back lines. Be a little bit more spread out for DBD defense. Actually, the garrison's still up somehow. A very odd spot, but it's still up. Probably marked. Looks like Tasty, Jelly, JB, and Sparks are going towards it. That looks like they are going to be en route. They will hear it. And Kirk walks into the line of fire of an MG. Might have a tank fight coming up. One of the 76s does go down. There is another one straight in front of him. He is going to get... And Marty does miss. Could spell doom. Oh, he hits... I don't know what to really call that thing, but he does hit that army thing. I have no idea what to call it. I'm sorry, but... Unfortunate that he did miss. He's going to back up just to readjust. Does see him. The brick wall will save him from taking that first round. Might not have a good angle on him. Oh, big spawn wave right here. Jesus. Like DBD is slowly starting to gain ground towards Dugout Barn. Or Hugo's Farm, I should say. I keep saying Dugout Barn. Everything's called like Dugout, Farm, or... I don't know. Something weird. It's still in the still in this building. Still in here for a while now. There is a medium tank behind them, so it could get rather interesting to see where he's gonna play for that that 76. Tiger's gonna readjust to the south. Actually, yeah, this. But I think he is called out. Looks like Raccoon and Blind that they're waiting for him. There is an airhead that is going to get dropped onto Hugo's Farm from the DBD side of things. Addison is probably going to protect it. Is camping in a bush. Looks like some SLs do recognize it. Could see a giant spawn wave if Addison and Johnny Boy can protect the airhead. Bomb run is also coming down. Landed. Addison actually kills himself with his own bombing run. I think Checkmate did see it land. And he will get the airhead, so it's going to be an unsuccessful bombing run airhead. Very curious of why he called the bombing run on himself. I think the medium is pushing up too. Where's this Tiger? Does Tiger die? Airhead going from the RZN side now. Looks like he did get satcheled. Where did this where did 76 go? 76 die? Oh, I think he did die. I think he might have died to the Tiger though. But RZN starting to gain a lot of more momentum. Starting to regain this little courtyard area where the sniper is still alive at. I think they put this airhead in the middle of the field. Yes, they did. They 100% did. Airhead goes down, but it is in the middle of the field, so Reaper and Crafty, Bug, they do see it. RZN will get a spawn wave off on it. Issue is, it's in the middle of a field, and they will get farmed. Oh my gosh. Half the spawn wave does go down to Reaper, Crafty, Bug, JB, and I think Jelly Monster. No grenades are thrown onto it, but now a 76 will be here in support. Just 3 RZN players make it off the airhead, but it should get another spawn wave. MG gonna try to protect it. Another spawn wave does come in. I think JB just threw a grenade on it. Does kill the whole spawn wave and the airhead. Good play by JB there. Oh, and the Tiger's getting chased. The 76 76 does recognize this Tiger. Tiger does not see the 76. I think he hit him in the tracks. Oh, we're gonna play Rinder on the Rosie, I think. What is going on with this tank battle? Greg should get the kill. He has rockets. Oh, he shot him in the butt. The Lux putting in work. Oh my gosh. Is this Tiger about to kill the 76? Lux being a real big pain. He does kill him. Amazing team play from RZN, and they are starting to cap now onto this midpoint. Trig, I assume... I don't think he has rockets. I think he has satchel. Trig actually is starting to. He will probably get down a satchel onto this Tiger. I think he does get it on. Yeah, he does get it on the back end of it. One player does hop out. Somehow Trig does not finish the kill, and he's going to start repping, even though he is satcheled. But I think it's going to be a win for that Tiger crew, taking out that 76, opening the door for RZN to get the eventual cap. Look at the explosion of the tank on our screen. Oh, we got a medic on the field. Let's go. We'd like to see. Big spawn wave on the western side of the points. Probably a garrison over here since there's a TC, if I had to guess. Lux coming in clutch for the RCN boys on this cap. And that will flip it back to a 3-2 in favor of Redzone. Lux is still alive. I don't see any other tanks, but obviously there's going to be a recap potential here for DBD. Not sure what this P-Strike was for. I think it was to maybe take out the Lux. Don't really agree with that. Seems a little bit of a waste of resources. DBD now basically full control of the hard cap, but that might only last so long. Got TC, Tom C. Lux still alive. And RZN do have a backdoor Gary. Honestly, it's somewhat of a GG Gary if they do capture cattle. I think they're gonna have to start pressuring the fourth point of cattle sheds. Get DBD on their toes for the rest of this game. Obviously, first is clear up the sector and deal with this Lux tank, which they might be out of coax. Actually, their turret's not even faced, and he ran somebody over. Drunkmaster does not go down still. He's still alive, but does end up going down. Trig, I think, just put a satchel onto the Lux. Yes, he did. I don't think they know that he's satcheled, but I think they know that he is satcheled, and that is going to be a dead Lux tank and probably some infantry as well. Medic that is close to the tank will probably unfortunately go down to the satchel. Oh no, he's still alive. How long is this satchel gonna be on this tank for? Did he put it down for a minute? It's been the longest 30 seconds if it was a 30-second satchel. I think it's still not dead. And there he goes. RZN actually doing I think a little bit of a better play, having a garrison not actually in the hard cap. I would prefer to put one kind of like in this little bunker structure right here. It's a little bit more safe. Maybe protect yourself from a bomb run or two. A little bit of arty as well, but as long as the garrison's down and they can spawn and run the cap, I think they'll be fine. A little bit of action by Hockey Stick over here. Lucas gonna try to, and oh man, things you hate to see if you're that AT player. Sniper might be locating on the garrison right now. If this assault player is aware that someone is back here. And the sniper goes down. These guys like holding hands back here? What's going on? There's no shot. There's no shot. Oh, that's tough for that SL. Crafty with the kill, though. In some good moments. Like, 276s are up for... Actually, it's a 76 in the medium, my mistake. Against a Tiger tank. I don't think the Tiger knows. He does now know. But the side shot does go in from the medium. This Tiger might get the kill, might get killed by the medium, and he does get killed by the medium. A little tad bit aggressive from that Tiger tank. Does cost him his life. I assume there's probably one on the way too. No, there's a medium on its way. They do have enough fuel for another Tiger, so... But he does go down to Lucas, so... I guess the Tiger's death was not totally in vain, but unfortunate that the Tiger did go down. If it went down 30 seconds before, I think that Tiger would have won against a 76, and they would be looking a lot more pretty. But still in control of the dugout cap sector. Or if Curry and Scotty can, or Churchy, that's how you pronounce your name? I apologize, but Churchy and Scotty moving up. Might be able to get something going, maybe an OP. Commander does recognize that there's some infantry here, does put down a pain. Oh gosh, Scotty with the shotgun just blowing people apart. And Scotty, unfortunately, is going to get suppressed by 2 MGs, so he's probably going to hate his life until he dies. Bastard getting behind them. I want to build a garrison back here. Does place is OP, I assume, but RZN, you know, if this was the next point, RZN would be doing a good job, but it's not. So this is all kind of all dead cap weight. Obviously, they were trying to push this Gary up here, which, you know, they eventually did get. But obviously, they do need to get to the cattle sheds to apply some pressure. They quite haven't done that yet. I think if they do, like if all these bodies start going into cattle, I think they would start flipping it, especially if they get some in the hard cap. Something... Did 76 go down here? E4 takes out the 76. I honestly did not expect that to happen. Got from behind and took him out. So good play on that tank crew. They unfortunately did go down to Lifta and his AT. But obviously taking out a heavy tank in a medium and then dying is probably a win in my book. Smoke already going down again. DVD applying some good pressure from the western side. They do have basically full control of the front door of dugout. They just need control of the front west now. Basically everything from gardens to AA, they need to start, you know, prioritizing a little bit. Bomb run is going to be going down for DVD. I'm not quite sure if it's actually going to get the Gary or not. I don't think it will reach the Gary with that one, so gonna get some infantry, get some supplies, but unfortunately it's not going to result in anything meaningful for them whatsoever. Ozzy can start making some plays up here for his boys. Might actually, you know, immediately die from Trig right here, which he does. Dude, okay, I gotta stop like saying, all right, let's see what this person's doing, because they're just getting cooked like right away. Oh man. Zodiac 5. Moving in with the STG, but does go down to booty. Makes Addison hop out of the supply truck. Just under a half hour to go. This game's been back and forth. It's been a pretty fun game. Both these teams are fairly even. I think that the snipes definitely helped RZN at the start with basically taking out all of the infantry of DBD. Definitely helped them get like a good strong foot. Obviously DBD, you know, after a half hour did cap, and then I would say about 15-ish minutes later, DBD did eventually lose their point, but still a great match, still plenty of time for either of these teams to win. It looks like Bastard does have an OP behind the point. We'll definitely call out this Tiger that is going to be coming up the main MSR. You know, RZN actually leaving the hard cap. You know, this is a play that I kind of did expect. You know, there is 3 SLs back here for DVD. Probably dedicated SLs. Crafty, JB, and Reaper. Definitely do recognize that an Airhead will be landing. You know, this is something different that RZN has not done yet. So I don't disagree with this play. I just don't know if it's going to work. I think Crafty has to know that this Airhead is going to come down. Right? I think Reaper knows that it's coming down. Reaper definitely 100% sees it. Gary's son probably sees it as well. And I think he just marked it for Crafty. I wonder if Bruno will get a line of sight before Crafty gets into the wheat. Crafty does get into the wheat. I think Bruno just took on the on-point Gary, but Airhead will get locked out. JB's OP was there anyways, too. So, if anything, it would have just been one spawn wave, but that's oh my god, there's a medic in the hard cap. Come back to that later if they start flipping it. Still the battle over dugouts. Still continues. Drunkmeister and Bastard. Unfortunately, let's go down to an AP mine. Sneezy does hear drunk. Will end up killing him. Wait. Greyhound engaging a tiger. Great shot by Pineapple Dog, hitting the tracks of the tiger, but You know, the next point is starting to get contested. A lot of RZN are spawning here. They have nothing at Hugo's. If Bastard can wipe out and find the Gary, it could get really, really spicy for RZN. Get really spicy. Obviously, this Tiger is gonna have to go down first. Greyhound playing very safe. As long as that Greyhound is alive, it's gonna, you know, put a lot of pressure onto this Tiger tank. At this rate, kind of just let infantry or have like a misplay happen from the Tiger. Maybe you can take an opportunity. Because he might be dead. Oh my, look at him go. Look at him go. Tiger does end up killing him though. But he is probably one shot to a rocket from Lifta or anybody else. There is a recon tank also in the cattle sheds area. Wonder if he's gonna just roaming around. But they are starting to lose dugout, and this is gonna be a problem if this does continue. Bastard and Drunkmeister have been really being a thorn in RZN's side. Obviously, this garrison's still up, so they're probably not going to be in too much trouble, but they essentially have 3 red zones to work with, and they have nothing at Hugo's, and they obviously have nothing at corner other than HQ spawns, but another airhead does go down for DBD. I'm not exactly sure. It's landing right in front of Checkmate and all these guys, so I assume it's going to be followed up with an airhead, or a bombing run, my mistake. But obviously these guys are ready for the airhead. Panos and Purdy, they are engaging a 76. Wonder if they can take this Tiger. The 76 does go down. Great play from this tank crew, taking out that 76. Gives them a little bit more breathing room. Airhead does go down as well. Sparks is the only one that can defend his own airhead, but does go down himself. Yeah, LP back here, I assume. So he's actually on flare too, though, so assume he's probably protecting Garrison or OP back here. A really good flare from whoever's flare this was, letting them know that something's going on. But now RZN pressuring cattle. Yeah, so now DBD is, you know, gonna be on the back foot now with RZN basically just going on the offensive. This is something that, you know, they should have maybe done a little bit sooner in the game, but now since they're doing it, DBD is gonna be very strangled of what they're gonna be able to accomplish here. Obviously, they're gonna send some more guys back on defense, clear out their sector. They're gonna have to retake gardens. They have, well, good Gary network on the front line. They just have nothing on the back line. So if the dugout Gary does go down, could get hairy for them. But obviously right now it's nothing to worry about since they are putting a very good amount of pressure onto the cattle shed. So this could get very interesting if they do not recover. These 1v1s and stuff like that are going to be very key for both these teams to basically win this point. And right now it looks like RZN are having the upper hand. Line goes down too. You know, that's very unfortunate for them that they all just went down right there with basically just picking up a kill each, or just 1 kill total. Supplies are landing, so there's nothing at cattle. I kind of expect a full reset. I think at Gary, yeah, Gary is still up. But Lucas just takes it out, so, you know, 1 minute remaining on the cap. They are defending for the time being, but I think Addison might get it back up. Or Reaper, I'm not quite sure if the gear is on point or not, but they are starting to defend. Like some OPs are starting to get wiped out. DBD is basically in full reset mode. Still plenty of time for them to reestablish and get back into this, but they obviously still need to clear out the sector of cattle sheds before they make any significant offensive push. Now, Bastard, Drunk, been back here all game. LP back here as well. So, you know, if RZN do overcommit to cattle, this could get pretty bad again, like I keep saying. I just don't agree with, you know, just no backline Garys, like long burn Garys, as we say. Obviously, the battle right now is over cattle. They are going to bring the Tiger. I'm not sure if a 76 is around the point. There's a medium. Very interesting how this is going to play out for the last 20 minutes of the game. Looks like, you know, dugout is starting to get contested and is starting to flip a little bit. Still a lot of DBD on defense, so I do expect RZN to basically fall back and recover, but the carry's locked out. They pretty much split their forces 50-50. Most of them actually on defense, probably like 60-40, but Alfie is probably going to get himself marked as a garrison. Well, game's not over yet for DBD. I keep flying back and forth between these points. But these tanks are going to engage each other. Did he pen him or track him? I think he might have just tracked him. I'm not exactly sure. Oh, kills his spotter. And the Tiger's probably just gonna get out of dodge. Not a lot of infantry support, just gonna fall back. DBD actually does take out the closest Gary to dugout. Tom C takes out 2 on point. Those are 2 pretty big kills. Still nothing on dugout itself. I think not sure what's going on really. Tom C is OP, being very, very key for them to, you know, start flipping this point. It is starting to get farmed by the MG of RZN. I think at this point, RZN should probably just fall back completely. They do get their Gary down, but, you know, less than 20 to go. You've been pretty much full control the majority of the match, other than the time you did end up losing it, but you did obviously recap. But now, like, they are putting the pressure on you, on your defensive point. There's going to be some big kills from McBride, Sparks, and Tom C. They could potentially wipe out all these guys and still survive. I think they would be in a very good position. Obviously, there's just a Tiger as well. Drunken Master, they must have a Gary or something over here, because they've just been back there all game for like at least the last like 10-15 minutes. RZN is starting to lose the point. Garrison is still green though. I do expect a decent sized spawn wave, maybe a little bit one bigger than that. Bomber run is coming down for the DBD side of things. Very curious of where they're gonna have it go. It's probably gonna get the garrison with that. Yes, it does. Garrison is down. Commander's also dead as well. 3 OPs in the blue. Davey probably gonna take out the Gary in the far west. So this is gonna get really hairy for RZN here. Looks like that Tiger tank is actually probably locking out the garrison in the far east. There is a Tiger still at cattle sheds. The commander's on top of it. Stain. Well, distracting a lot of players at least. Cap is starting to flip a little bit. That's just hard cap pressure from the heavy tank, but defensive point is starting to flip well. I think Tom C's OP is still alive. I'm very surprised that it's still up, but it's in a very awkward spot, I feel like. But Artie is coming down and killing them, so OP's getting farmed. Yeah, RZN finally have a garrison around Hugo's, but nothing on the front door, so, you know, the DBD, they do have this area of control of the C5. That Tom C's OP has just been up for so long, and they quite don't know exactly where they're spawning from. I think it might go down any second. I think it's still up, actually. Quite sure. Yes, it is still up. MG is still watching them spawn in. I think it will finally go down. It does. I think RZN does recognize they just need defense to win. They just need the dugout point to win. Does the raccoon spawn on that? That was destroyed like 15 seconds ago. I don't know. This game confuses me every day. Tiger is still alive. I don't understand how this Tiger's still alive. Bulldog. Chucking some grenades. Unfortunately, immediately goes down to Lucas because I'm just gonna curse everyone that I spectate. Artie from RZN coming down from where they're pushing on the eastern side of the map. RZN sending some forces to deal with that, not just Artie. I don't think Bruno knows that there's a Gary behind him. He might now, though. He might now get marked for enemy garrison. Is this Tiger? Yeah, this is the Tiger that's been like in their backlines this entire time. Johnny Boy just camping in the bush. Less than 10 to go, and I feel like DBD has just been like exhausted throughout this entire match. RZN just seems to have full control of the sector. Obviously, anything can happen. I assume they're probably going to go for airhead bombing run in the last, moments of this match, but it's been a very, very good game from both of these teams. No shame of whoever does lose this game. Very, 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 very entertaining. I cannot say words at all. I wonder if player right here will rocket the garrison. Tom C does recognize him though and does take him out. Fourth is actually starting to get contested by 1SL. Might throw a curveball at DBD before this game is over. Nothing's majorly happening. Big spawn wave actually in the back lines. This is going to have to be their play, because it's going to take, a good, minute and a half for them to get towards hard cap. Only 2 SL spawn back here, 3 ATs and a satchel guy, but they are on their Gary, so they are going to recognize that Gary is back here. Or there's something going on back here for the RZN side. Infantry is marked. But question is this, small little push gonna, open up something for DBD to do something in the last, essentially 5 minutes of the game, because it does take 2 minutes to capture, so DBD is gonna have to start capturing before 2:01 if they do want a chance of winning this game. That they are going to shift over a Tiger to help deal with this. Smoke already is also coming down on dugout. Not a lot of people inside dugout itself. There's actually 2 Tigers back here. Did not notice that. Just haven't seen a 76 in a very long time from DBD. I don't know if they DC'd or they just maybe not have the fuel or they just keep dying. Like they do have one by Cattle, but he's going to have to basically go full throttle towards dugout. Can't really, can't really play too much defense if you are DBD, but obviously they're going to have to play some sort of defense because they are starting to get contested at Cattle. Go witness this, this fight back here. Looks like Addison is probably going to call an airhead on top of his body at some point. Smoke is getting thrown. Airhead is going to come down. This is going to be DBD's final play. OP is also down as well. Assume it's on that spot. No, it's actually... Not quite sure where the airhead's actually landing. The airhead landing. Oh, it's landing right here. Interesting spot for the airhead to be landing. Bastard's OP is going to have to be the one to save this airhead. Davy's also here too. Smoke already's coming down, so we could see another another sub 10-minute cap for somebody. Smoke already is coming down. Garrison will be locked out as soon as they do spawn in. Sure if that just killed the airhead or not. It is not. smoke already is coming down. I'm not sure if that's actually locking out the airhead or not off that Gary spawn. Lots of smoke already. We're about to see a huge spawn wave, I assume, come in. Cap did start on defense for a little bit of a second. It is starting. I feel like there's a lot of people committed onto this airhead right now. It's kind of an all or nothing play. Only a handful, which is fine because they need some defense at Cattle. Garrison is locked out as well. Checkmate trying to find the airhead does go down to Kiwi or Blind. And Cap has started on the defense of RZN onto dugout. Not a lot of people here. Cattle Sheds is actually being defended. I assume RZN is probably going to drive these Tiger tanks onto point. More spawning onto this airhead. Lifta, I think, does actually engine the tank. Garrison is still up for RZN, so they're probably going to redeploy onto defense. I don't think they know that the airhead is down. Decent spawn wave. Kiwi does notice it. They are going to drive this Tiger tank onto defense. Bomber run is also coming down. It is not going to get the airhead spawn. It's going to get a lot of players, though, for DVD. Garrett. Oh no, it didn't get the airhead. Or it didn't get the Garrison. A little bit of a misplay on the bomb run, a tiny bit. Bomb run's going to take out at least 5 or 6 DVD players onto the hard cap. Not quite sure if there's more if another airhead spawn can't come up. Yes, one more can. Will Checkmate or Foosley destroy it before another spawn wave? He does get 1 OP. More players spawn on the airhead, but that is the last spawn on the airhead. So it's all up to OPs for DBD. They have 12 seconds remaining, and I think RZN will pull this one out. And that's going to be a GG's for both of these teams. Well played the RZN, well played the DBD. Got a little bit of hairy. I think we are definitely in the let's full send last points in the last 10 minutes of the game meta at this point, but very entertaining game from both of these teams. Congrats to RZN for winning this game. Starting off the season strong. DVD putting up a heck of a fight. P-Strike is coming down somewhere. I don't know where. Oh, I guess where I was at admin cam. Guess I just got P-Strike, but yeah, incredible match. Looks like a medium tank or 76. Medium tank's coming in a little bit too late. I feel like if they would have backed up this push, maybe with something on the front door, on the front lines, with like a 76 or something, they could have had maybe a little bit better of a chance. It was kind of just all off the airhead, and they just didn't take out the Garrison at the end as well. So kind of a little bit unfortunate for DBD. You know, I feel like they themselves are gonna look back, be like, oh, we should have probably had this at this point, or should have taken out this. But you know, well played from both of these. Looks like this Tiger's trying to get his last little bit of combat score. See if he gets it in. Hits the turret. I don't know if the reload. He's stuck on the tank trap. Tank traps have been the bane of everyone's existence this game, and he does not get it, unfortunately. GG's again to both of these teams. Already just came down as well. Take a look at some scores. Go back up. I'll give mine to the commander. We'll play the RZN here. Yeah, so that was Redzone versus DBD, first week of TPL in Division 6, 35v35 v format. I think there is some matches going on right now. I don't quite have them up on my screen. Where is it? Announcement. So I think Smithers is doing the SUDT match. Caparzo has a match as well, and like a little bit. Not quite sure. Unfortunately, Spam and 21st will not be played today. Spam had to unfortunately drop out of TPL this season. Just lost a lot of players in the last week or so. But later tonight we do have 5OAP and TFMC, and then Caparzo is gonna wrap up this this Saturday of TPL with Misfit versus Goat, and that's gonna be on Driel. So we're gonna get our first ever Driel game I think ever played on console in a competitive setting. But that's gonna do it for me. I wish you guys all a good day. Tomorrow I'll be casting the Taco LGN game, so it's gonna be a banner. It's gonna be an LL main. Don't know why we're playing on the map, but yeah. I hope you guys all have a good day. Cheers.